Good evening, everyone. Episode, I think it's 116 already of Who the Heck Are We with
And it's a
Julian
Monday.
Schwarzer. Yes, because we all got to get our schedules to finally click, right? We've been looking forward to this, and we super appreciate Julian for taking the time. We know he's such a busy man with what he's been up to lately, right? So, ang daming episodes na. But
Yeah.
any words, Claudia, before we bring in our distinguished guest? Are you good?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a Julian is your compatriot in a way, in two
Yes.
ways.
Ozzy,
Yes.
Ozzy, Ozzy.
And then there's the Filipino, of course. Right? Okay. So nonetheless, let's bring in our distinguished guest
Wait.
in Julian Garcia. Yeah, hey.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you again, Julian. Good evening. Thanks for taking time off your busy schedule. We
No
know
worries at
Very
all.
busy schedule.
it's packed schedule. You just had a game the other day. You have another one coming on Wednesday. But
Wednesday, yeah.
how have you been? New country, we can say you're adjusting to. New team, new style of play. What you been up to?
Well, just getting used to the climate was the first thing. It's just really, really hot for me. I'm not used. I'm used to the cold weather in England. It's the cold winters, but here it's been a massive shock to my body training every day in the serious heat. But I'm getting used to it, and it'll be fine. I'm enjoying it here. I've got some really good friends here now, and it's nice. It's really nice, and the food's amazing. So yeah, loving it.
Just to let you know about the weather, it's the coldest months of the year starting
Yeah,
when
that's
it's
the
bare
problem.
months, as they say. So just to
I've
help
been
you
told.
manage
I've been told.
expectations. Yep. All
So
right.
I'll be
Yeah.
prepared for it. Don't worry.
So let's get this straight. You are eligible to play for the Philippines. First cap check.
Yeah, all done.
But
First cap done.
the name Schwarzer, and people are like, "Oh, what the heck?" Right?
Yeah.
Because your dad is EPL Aussie legend Mark Schwarzer. So how's that whole thing? Did you wanna say, "Hey, I want to be like that, play soccer, football, and be a goalkeeper"?
Well, originally I didn't want to be a goalkeeper. I was, yeah, never. And my parents actually always said, "Don't be a goalkeeper because all everyone will ever do is just judge you for him, and you don't want that pressure, that stress. Just enjoy football and play outfield like you love doing." And I started when I was 4 as an outfielder, and then signed at Fulham as actually like a centre mid and left winger when I was 9 years old. And then up until only 15 years old, that's when I changed to be a goalkeeper. And then that's when my parents said, "Are you really sure? You're really sure you want to change?" Because you know all the rubbish that's going to come with it. People saying stuff about your height, because my dad's 1 meter 95, I'm 1 meter 80 only. So they're going to come with all this negativity about it. And I just said, I'm here now. I love playing football. I love playing goal. So just go for it. So creating my own legacy. Hopefully, that's the aim. It will never
Center
be the
mid.
same. Yeah, not center mid anymore, but I'll never have the same legacy as my dad because obviously he was played in the Premier League in England. He played in Germany as well. He played for Australia. So now it's my turn to create my different legacy in Asia and for the Philippines, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I told you I was talking to some guys in your first game, and the ultras I heard already approved of you because you
That's very
almost
nice to hear.
single-handedly kept the ADT alive against Powerhouse Kaya. So I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, okay, Julian Schwarzer's the real deal. And if you were still winger or center mid, your coach Rocky and your good mate Jacob Maniti will be
Yeah,
competing with you. So I don't know how that would
of
turn
course.
out.
No, I'm sure we'd have great link up in the midfield together if we were playing outfield still. And hey, if they're ever in need of an outfielder, I'm still ready to make my mark on the pitch. But I'm primarily a goalkeeper still, obviously. I'm a goalkeeper.
Okay, so we know who's gonna step up if we run out of field
Yeah,
players.
if Shocky or Jacob gets injured, I'm coming for that spot. I'm going for it.
Oh
Claudia?
my goodness.
Yeah.
Look how young are you in this photo?
Which one is this? I'm scared. Which photo is this?
Oh,
Oh, first, Jacob said it's tough competition if you joined him in center mid. Right. Oh,
It's just
I'm not
jealous.
sure if you see the photo. It's you
I
you
in
see the
can't see
photo
the
the.
though?
Is it
Fulham
me in my
jersey.
Fulham kit when I was younger?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
with
Yeah.
LG.
LG
Yeah. Oh
sponsor.
god, I was tiny back then. I was really really small.
Uh-huh.
That was my midfield days.
Hey.
And then you had a growth spurt.
Yeah, just about. I mean, I'm 1 meter 80, so it's not big enough for England, but for Europe. But you know,
For
hopefully for
Philippines.
Asia, hopefully they accept me. Hopefully they'll be fine with my height.
I think you're good for
Yeah,
Asia.
I
I
think
hope
you're
so.
good. I think you're
Yeah.
good. So what made you switch, like change? What was going through your mind? Okay, I'm gonna go to goals. I wanna be between the sticks.
Clearly, absolute rubbish was going through my mind because I just I don't know what changed. I wasn't ever particularly tall, so I don't know why I was thinking I was gonna grow. I mean, I saw my dad being 6'5", but my mum is a small Filipino lady. She's 5'3", so
Whoa!
yeah. So I thought, you know, maybe I was a bit optimistic, thinking I was gonna make it to 6'2", 6'3", but I just started playing around with my mates really in the garden, in each other's gardens, and thought, oh, I really like this, and thought, Dad does it. How hard can it be? Then here we are.
And- oh, not
Yeah.
just some dad, right? As we told
Yeah.
you. I mean, other than Mark Schwarzer playing.
My dad makes it look easy to me, so
True.
you know, it was a good. There's a maybe gave me some false hope there because it's definitely a difficult position. I can give you that. I can tell you that for sure.
True.
Oh gosh, it's a
True.
scary position if you ask me. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Especially
Very.
having strong strikers in front. Wow.
Well,
Anything,
but
Claudia? I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
go
Julia.
on. See you. You go. No,
I know
worries.
it's cool. You were saying?
I always think that I believe I've played in almost every position on the pitch. I can say for experience, and you know, obviously not men's, but in an elite level of an English academy system, and
Yep.
no pressure has ever amounted to the same to the pressure I have when I'm in goal. When I'm in goal, it's just I feel for any goalkeeper who makes a mistake. I never judge them. I always think, God, I know exactly how you feel. It's so easy for a ball to just go through your hands because football outfielders, a ball goes over their foot, nothing happens. The game goes on. It's all good. Happens 9-10 times a game during the game for lots of players. But for a goalkeeper, you make one mistake and you're in the papers. You're rubbish. You're in all kinds of trouble. So, you know, I feel for any goalkeeper who makes a mistake. It's a terrible position sometimes, but it's an amazing position at other times.
Of course. And how did your dad help you in terms of that? Like, you know, if you make a mistake, of course, I'm sure he's made a lot of mistakes, quote unquote. How did he help you
No,
mentally?
he has. Yeah, no, he made a mistake in the one of the English Cup finals with Middlesbrough, and then went on like really early in the game, and then went on to actually play really well, kept the team in the game, and had if our other Middlesbrough players hadn't scored a few goals, he probably would have got man of the match with how well he actually played in the end. And then he just said that when you make a mistake, it's so tough. He said, I know it's harder. It's easy to say than do because you know that when you're in the actual moment, you make the mistake, you feel terrible inside. But you just literally got to put it completely aside, he says, and just completely forget it ever happened. Go back to your normal self. Be vocal. Be loud still. Just don't care what anyone thinks. You know people are going to say bad things about you afterwards in the media, whatever. But at the end of the day, most of the time, what do they know compared to you? They don't know how difficult it was. They don't know what you're going through in that exact moment. Just move on and focus on the game, and then afterwards, then you can look at yourself and think, what could I have done better? Was I being a bit lazy? Maybe was I losing focus? But in the game, you can't afford to feel sorry for yourself. You can't afford to ever doubt your ability. You just got to move on.
Have you watched that movie Ted Lasso?
I haven't actually. No.
I haven't.
No.
It's just there on my phone.
Yeah, there's a perfect situation where the coach Ted, he says, be a goldfish and just forget everything. You know,
It's true.
Short memory.
Yeah.
Be a goldfish.
Just let your muscle memory take over and forget everything. Just play with a free mind.
Yeah,
Right.
it goes for every sport.
Yeah.
But most especially, like you said, as a goalkeeper, because you're very crucial. I mean, if the
Yeah.
ball goes through your hands, it's a
Yeah,
sport.
there's no second chances, or very,
No
very
second
rarely there's second chances.
Your role is magnified. Super. The mistakes,
Exactly.
right?
Actually,
And the
that's right.
people, diba?
That's right.
The
That's
people,
true.
you know, just throwing that rubbish or hurling things. Who the heck are they to be saying that? They're professionals. Pun
Hooligans.
intended. Yes.
No, obviously, you need fans though. It's great to have fans. You want
Yes.
fans to be really passionate. It's amazing. It's great. But then again, you got to think when you're being absolutely hounded by fans who their job isn't to be a professional footballer. They don't know what it's like. So you got to think sometimes, to just block it out. They don't always know what's right. They just listen to the people who are the professionals around you or yourself even, because
That's right.
you more than anyone else know what you've done wrong. So
Right.
listen to yourself. Deep down. You don't have to tell anyone you made a mistake. You don't have to tell anyone why. But deep down why you made the mistake, and if you could have done better. So
That's right.
You are your greatest critic, as they would say.
exactly, and your greatest supporter as well.
Oh,
True.
I'm gonna take that from you. I'm gonna add it now
Yeah.
when I tell myself in the head. But let's go through some comments. Pat
Yes.
Mendoza, a big Philippine football fan, says good evening. And
Good
Jacob
evening, Pat.
again. Yeah, Pat Mendoza. Jacob again, just bringing back the comment. He said it's tough competition. If you
Yeah.
added Schwarzer into the midfield with him and Kuya Shraki,
Oh,
Clyde
Jacob,
Caberoy.
you were on the bench.
See, you're a package deal, eh? Clyde Caberoy, your venue announcer last game, and he will
Oh,
be
nice.
your
Hi,
announcer
Clyde.
Wednesday,
Nice. See,
announcing your
Clyde.
names. Says hello. Same with Esperanza Armario, another Philippine
Good
football
evening.
fan. Before I will save the best comment, Joseph Santos said the goldfish mentality. He was embodying
Yeah.
the same.
Of
And here we
course.
go. The best comment from the lot so far. Your fellow goalkeeper, Iko Mangaon. Hi, Jules. He is
Hey,
showing you
Iko, how
some
are
love.
you?
Hi, Iko. What's up? Get you in the show soon. So
Just saw him a few hours ago at training.
Oh,
Nice. So, how is this whole ADT dynamic? Because when the Azkals just rose to fame, we heard from like some stories. I think it was Rob Gear, Ali Borromeo saying there was a divide. Like the Filipinos who were born and raised here will hang out together, and then the
Yeah.
Filipinos who were born and raised abroad would have hang out too. So how is the vibe
Yeah.
in the ADT? So diverse.
Yeah, the thing is, obviously, people are coming from, although we're all Filipino, we come from
Yes.
completely different backgrounds, completely different upbringings. So I understand why your main friendship groups will be the people you're most used to and people you're comfortable with. Obviously, Jacob's Australian. I just culturally we get so many things about each other. We have the same kind of humor, everything, music, even everything. So that's why I'm very close to him, obviously. But I don't feel like there's a divide. At the beginning, obviously, people were a bit nervous to hang out, and it was quite divided. But that changed so quickly, and I feel like everyone's friendly. Like everyone's good in the team. Everyone's really nice. So it's so easy. We joke around each other. We all have good bands with each other. It's not. Maybe it's more difficult when you're in the first team and you only train together for a small camp, and you're coming from all different places. But we're together every day, so we've gelled pretty quickly now, and we all feel comfortable chatting to each other. It's all good. But yeah. Sorry, I can't hear you there.
yeah,
Sorry.
Clara, you're on
Yeah.
mute.
Oops,
Yeah, I
sorry.
can hear
Yeah, my bad. Upside is you guys are a club, right? You stick together. You're stuck with each
Exactly.
other for
Exactly.
virtually a year. Yep.
Exactly.
Sorry about that. Who's like your tour guide though here in the Philippines? I'm sure you have
That was the question I
family.
was gonna ask.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
My
that's okay. It's
family,
okay.
right?
My
Good
tour
question.
guide here is Anthony Pintus and his girlfriend Annie Borromeo. So the sister of
Oh, Ali.
Ali, is it? Yeah,
Ali.
yeah. So Annie and Pintus, they call me their son. They're older than me.
Oh, that's so
And then
cute.
I'm their son, so they take me around everywhere. And, they've always looked after me from the beginning. They've been amazing to me. So they're the people who have really helped me settle in really quickly. And it's been great. I had the greatest welcome from them. When I first arrived, Pintus was the first guy I trained with, and then I went to the camp in Bali with the national team, and he was my roommate. And from then we just clicked and just. Yeah, I'm sure I've made a friend for life with him, and same with Jacob Miniti as well. So, yeah, no, they've been great. Honestly, they've been so good to me.
Pintos is the OG Azkals development team keeper.
He's
In
a
fact.
top
He is.
guy. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
top guy. Good goalkeeper, really good goalkeeper as well. Really.
Where
Yeah.
have they taken you?
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry?
Where?
Yeah.
Where are they taking me?
Yeah.
Well, we
Poblacion.
haven't had much time off yet, so we haven't really been able to go,
Yeah.
to different islands or anything. But they're just taking me pretty much all around. BGC mainly is where
Yeah.
they live in BGC, so we go out for restaurants there, dinner. We go to the odd bar on our days off. It's nice. It's just really good to relax. And they're great. They just take me around to nice food places, and yeah, it's great. They got loads of dogs. They got 7 dogs. So
What?
yeah. So I love dogs. So there was a point in my life where when I was living back in England where my family and I had 18 dogs at one time.
18?
Yeah.
That's a football team.
So we're
That's a football team.
my family, we're all dog freaks. We love them. We rescue all of them. We love it. And then Annie and Pintus are the same. They love dogs like that. So whenever I go to the house, I get loads of cuddles from the dogs, and it reminds me of home. And it's really sweet. It's great.
18 dogs?
18,
How do you actually remember the names, or are they different breeds? Or
yeah, lots of different breeds, but they're my dogs. They're family to me. So obviously you remember all of them, So yeah, easy.
A dog person than a cat person. That's a +1 for me. Sorry,
definitely.
I'm not a cat person.
I mean, they pulled off 101 in the movies, right, for Dalmatians. So I'm
Yes,
sure
yes.
18 is not a problem for Julia.
No,
Right.
No. That wouldn't be a problem for my family, especially my mom. Not a problem for her at all.
Right. I think, like, talking about you loving dogs, there was that event that you, Shraki, Pintus went to.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, that was a rescue charity, which was just trying to raise awareness, really. And then they had loads of dogs there that people could adopt there and then. They had cats there as well. They had all sorts of animals there, even horses. You were able to.
You could adopt a horse?
Yeah. Obviously, I can't hear. Obviously, I'm just in an apartment here, so I've not got the space. But it was great. It's really. I love events like that. It's kind of it's what I do, but without. I've never been to an event before, but I follow everything what they do. We rescue dogs. We don't buy new puppies. There's an overload of puppies and dogs who are just abandoned and mistreated. So there's no need. My mum always says to me, if there was a 2-year period, say in the Philippines or in England, where they just banned breeding of all dogs, and then everyone was forced to just adopt, then there'd be no dogs on the streets. All the problems would be solved. So that's something I really wish. Yeah.
That's
Portion,
Passion project.
Passion project, because it's boring.
Yeah. No, they were great. It was really nice to be there. And then I'm a massive believer in people not buying dogs but adopting, because there are so many. Even if someone doesn't want a troubled, damaged dog who's been, who's not going to be the best around kids. There's so many puppies you can adopt who have been abandoned. There's so many younger 1-year-old, 2-year-old dogs you can adopt. So I don't think there's any excuse. You definitely can just adopt.
Yeah, happy to say I had the time where we had an adopted dog, and I love that Boston Terrier that we had. What did you adopt one? I think I saw you carrying a dog with you in that.
No, that was actually Annie and Pintus's dog.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so they adopted.
Toby. They didn't adopt there, but they just brought their dogs over. 2 of their dogs over.
Nice.
So yeah, they were really cute. Yeah.
What's
Was
your
it
favorite? Kobe?
Covey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they brought another one called Cushy as well. They brought really sweet dogs. Really sweet.
You gotta get creative with your names, especially.
Of course.
18
Can't
dogs.
have boring names.
Yeah. We've been recycling household dog names for 3 generations, I think.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. So we have
really?
number 1, number 2. Yeah. What's your favorite breed though? Before we get to Claudia, like with dogs.
Rottweiler is my favorite.
Rottweiler.
Yeah, we've had lots of Rottweilers. We've had loads, and they're so sweet. They've got such a bad reputation. They're not bad at all. It's always the little tiny dogs that are most aggressive and yappy. The big dogs are not like that at all. If you're nice to them, they're not bad at all. And it honestly angers me so much. People say that pit bulls are bad, that Rottweilers are bad. They're not at all. It's how you raise. It's like no child is born bad. It's how you raise them. So it's same with dogs, exactly the same. But Rottweilers are amazing. I love them so much. They're just cuddly. They're just so sweet and mild-mannered and amazing. I love big dogs.
Yeah.
I look into that breed now, personally. Claudia.
We have 4 Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, they're big.
My friend in England has 2 of them. Yeah, they're really
They're
nice.
huge, but
Love
they're
them.
so sweet.
Yeah, they're really sweet. They're similar to like Rottweiler's temperament. They're really, really calm, relaxed, and people think they're aggressive, but they're not. They're cuddly. They're sweet.
There are. I agree. It's the way you raise them.
True.
Massively.
So that works. That works with the nickname of the men's football team,
Azkals.
The Azkals, yeah. Exactly.
Right?
And to be fair, I'm a mongrel. I'm a street dog myself. I'm from 5 different countries, so
Yes.
got all of it.
Please tell
I'm
the
an
viewers.
Azkal.
Yeah. How many?
Yeah,
Can you name
how
the
many-
passports? You said you have
Yeah,
5
yeah.
passports, but you
5
chose the
passports.
Philippines for football.
I
at
chose the
least.
Philippines for
Thank
football.
you.
Yeah.
But can you enlighten us? What's
Yes,
your passports?
but I've got Australian passport because my mum and dad both from
Yes.
Australia.
Yep.
I've got a Spanish passport from my mum. I've got a German passport from my dad. I've got a English passport because I was born there and lived there for my whole life until now. And then I've obviously got the Filipino passport because of my mum.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of countries to pick.
A lot of them. Yeah.
And you chose the Philippines.
I did choose the
Such
Philippines.
an honor.
Mhm.
Wow.
I'm
Right.
honoured to be here. I'm honoured to play for the Azkals. I am.
Of course.
Hopefully I can play more. Hopefully that's the dream.
Of
Yeah,
course.
good.
Right.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Azkals, since you were young, or?
I knew about them because of Neil Etheridge, because he was at obviously Fulham with my dad, and I was
That's
at
right.
Fulham in a really young age. I was, I think, 8 or 9 when I met him when I was at Fulham as well, and so I always knew he was so young when he got called up to the national team as well. So it was a big deal at Fulham. Even they were really impressed, and then since then I just known he's the number 1 for the national team. And I always thought, one day if I'm a goalkeeper, if I want to play for the national team, I've got to try and beat Neil.
Wow.
We can't get away from the Schwarzer Etheridge tandem.
It's just,
I love it.
Linked forever in football, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I
Yeah.
mean, there was a time Neil had more Azkals appearances than Fulham appearances or
Yeah.
Pro appearances.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, your dad's like iron, right? He was talking about the value of, you got to play through injuries because if he loses his spot,
yeah.
that might be the end of it. I remember Neil recalling one of their conversations. Yeah. But at what point in time did you want to lock in and say, hey, it's the
Yeah.
Philippines out of
Yeah.
the 5 countries?
What did I think? I thought my main, it's kind of more my inspiration, my lolo. His name's Arturo Garcia. He's from Bacolod, and
Okay.
he's been always hit. So my lolo and lola, they're Arturo and Carolina. We've always lived far. They live in Australia. I've lived in England my whole life, and they've always been amazing. They've always come over and visited us loads. My lolo's been my idol for so long. Obviously, my dad in football is my idol, but as a role model, it's as a man, it's as a man to follow. That it's my dad and my lolo, and my lolo has been there for me since I was a kid. He's raised me in so many different ways, as well as my parents, and I thought it makes me so proud to represent the Philippines, because it's been his dream for me to represent them since I was since I started playing football. So I do this for him a lot, not just for me but for him as well, because he's a massive inspiration to me. So yeah, it's really sweet. He's amazing. So yeah.
That's
And then
so
it's
good
meant-
to hear.
Yeah.
So good to hear.
And then
That's
it's
so
meant to be that one of
Yeah.
your dad's colleagues is the Philippines number 1.
Of course.
Like, what the heck, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. That's so good to
nice.
hear. Yeah.
No, it feels good. I feel, even though this is only the second time I've been in the Philippines, I've always felt so connected to the Filipino culture because of my Lola, because he's raised me to be tough, to fight, to all this, the qualities of a Filipino. So,
Nice.
I've always felt Filipino, even though I've not always been here, and it feels right. Feels right.
You gotta try the chicken inasal in Bacolod.
Yeah,
That place
that's
is
what
legit.
my Lola told me that. Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to, definitely.
Super.
Yeah, I want to go to Bacolod one day, definitely.
Oh yeah,
So,
in Asal.
yeah.
Did your lolo teach you Tagalog words, or was he
Bisaya.
speaking more in English?
Just the
Bisaya?
rude words. Just the rude
Yeah, I
words.
knew it.
Ah.
Your grand.
Just
the bad words.
Phrases, so no, I can't repeat them.
You use the Y word because your lolo's from the Visayas.
yeah.
Or you will hear that from your teammates who are Bisaya.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I learned my basic Bisaya, from watching
Yeah.
football. Right. So your first visit, how young were you? Because this is your
Uh-huh.
second, you could say.
I can't remember how young I was, to be honest. It's a long time ago.
long time
I
ago.
honestly can't remember the exact title, exact age I was. It was a long
Uh-huh.
time ago, and then obviously I've come back for just recently for the camp, and then now to live here for ET recently. So I kind of didn't remember really much at all. So it's all very
Gotcha.
just fresh and new for me. It's all new.
Is that young age, right? So
Yeah,
Kapalo
yeah,
Gaudita's going nuts because you're from Bacolod. You got a crazy
yeah,
fan base there, especially
They,
with the
they
Ceres
love their
days.
football.
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Your
So
venue announcer Clyde is actually from Bacolod also. So he's the one who tells me where to get high level inasal in Manila. And he made sure to pronounce your last name really well because your
nice.
father is a great critic. Yeah, because he
Thank you
analyzes
very
games too on
much.
Fox Sports, right? Like
Yeah, yeah. He
Bundesliga.
does it for Optus Sport in Australia.
There. Oh,
Yeah,
Optus, yeah.
fantastic.
yeah. He freelances in England for Sky Sports and BT and the BBC as well. So yeah,
That's
does it for
big.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. How
But there's
about,
another one we
yeah,
missed,
Claudia? Go
Carl.
ahead.
There's
Sure.
another. We just show. I think we missed this one. The
The
quality you bring
quality.
between the sticks really reminds me of your legend father.
Thank you. I'm nowhere near his level yet at all. But that's thank you for the compliment. But one day, hopefully, I'll be at his level.
For the
But his,
Philippines.
yeah, I need over 20 years of consistency to be like my dad. So one day, hopefully.
So, right. No better way to say it. We love the humility. But
Yeah.
Philippines, you talk to us about Filipino food. Despite growing up abroad, you got your fix, right? I think from your
I did.
lolo, from your mom,
I
even
did
your dad,
definitely.
I think he said was
My
involved
dad,
in.
yeah. Well, my dad obviously hadn't ever experienced Filipino food until he met my mum. And then my mum cooked pork adobo for him, and he fell in love with it since then, and he learned to make it. And now my dad's the one who actually makes the pork adobo now because he's obsessed
Your
with it.
dad
Yeah,
could
my dad
cook
now makes it.
pork
He's
adobo.
a
Oh my
he's a
goodness.
German Australian, and he cooks pork adobo now. So yeah, he loves it. So yeah, pork adobo. I love arroz caldo as well. I love my mum cooks the lugal at home a lot. I love it with lots of ginger. Love it.
Oh,
It's
Facts.
amazing. So
Uh-huh.
no, those are my two definitely absolute favorites.
Put up a restaurant and you'll have pork adobo or even chicken adobo, Schwarzer
schnitzel.
style,
You have a
Definitely,
made
schnitzel.
by an
You have
definitely.
Aussie German
I
schnitzel.
should tell my dad to start it in London. I think they'd make a killing in London with it.
Oh my gosh, they will. Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, I know we have a family friend who like has some bakery there with pandesal. I forgot the name.
Did
I
they?
can
Okay.
get back to you there. Yeah, one of our good family
Nice.
friends. So that's that. Now the main question, Claudia, add anything if ever.
Sige.
Balot, yay or nay? That's the hardest question you'll get all night. Duck rather.
See,
Duck
my
fetus.
my Lolo says it's good, but I don't think I could ever try it in my life.
You
I
just have
don't
to
think I
close your
could.
eyes.
I don't. Why? Why put myself through it? Why? It's you're right. That is the most important question, but it's a firm no for me. I don't think I could. I honestly don't think I could. I love Filipino food, but I think balut is where I draw the line. It is.
Really?
Even if it comes with
Yeah.
free beer, right? I tried to bribe the McDaniels with free Shake Shack after. Like, nah, man.
You
Nah.
know, the only reason I'd take it is if they said you get 3 points in the weekend, then I'd take it. That's the only reason. Apart from that,
Oh
no
my.
chance. No
Uh,
chance.
Clyde and I will bring balot to you on Wednesday.
No, thank you.
Got you.
It's,
Don't
you just
worry.
have to close your eyes and
Uh-huh.
just don't think about it.
Rock
It's
salt.
hard.
How can I not? You have to feel it. Go down.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel it.
Rock salt. Rock salt goes best with it.
I don't think anything can save it. It's just not
Okay,
going to work.
fine. Yeah.
It's not going to work
But
for me.
There's dinuguan, which is like haggis. You know,
Okay.
Hog
Yeah.
blood.
hot blood. Yeah.
Yep.
I could try that, I guess. I could try
Yeah,
that.
those ones are easy.
Yeah.
Street food. Uh-oh.
No,
Clyde
thanks,
says
Clyde.
true, I'll buy
No,
one.
thanks. It's all good.
I got you,
It's
Julian. Don't worry. If it knows a no, then we're cool. Right.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Anyway, before we get to our halftime break, let's go through some comments. Carson said hello, and hello to the podcast, of course. Carson was looking forward to this episode. He's good mates with your coach slash captain slash teammate, Kuya Shiraki.
Nice.
Those
Yeah,
guys are lovely.
lovely.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Very
So,
good.
before we carry on, Julian, we hope you don't mind. We will just get on with some messages at halftime. I'm just setting up the slides.
No worries.
So we want to remind you, remember the Globally Ball Network. Do head to globallyballin.com for your original content Follow us on social media too at WTHAW Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We Our episodes are on the Globally Ballin channel along with our sister shows. Speaking of sister shows, we got Next Man Up with Diego Dario, and then we also got Vito. My Tito Sid Ventura was also there because he's really a member of an Eternity Basketball. With my other Titos, Noel, Charlie, and JP Mercado, they relived the golden era of Philippine hoops. And our many sponsors, New Era, Judges the Lights, Hinluban Farms, Aqua Flask, Daily Ounce. We're giving our Aqua Flasks, Fuji Mama, Founders Donuts, Barrio Fiesta and Makati Ave, the Mad Brownie Co., Shops to Go in SM Sukat, and the Mega Mall, and what's this? South Mall, SM South Mall. Sorry, Mega Mall or South Mall, kalimutan ko. Muffin
North
Mafia and
EDSA. North EDSA.
patay. Wala na tayong sponsor. Rad Chameleon Apparel for giving us our jerseys. And let's get back to it. So,
We should have an Australian sponsor.
Keep Cup, right?
Be
Keep,
Probably
quiet.
fitting.
Oh yeah, Keep Cup. We got Keep,
Keep
Cup.
Cup, the Aussie containers, right?
Oh,
So let's
nice.
go national team a bit. So, Julian, your first cap was before you introduced yourselves in your PFL debut.
Yeah.
Because I know Coach Ernie was saying you guys wanted to keep quiet because it was at the same time as the AFF Women's Championship.
Yeah.
But how was the first cap?
Mm.
Well,
Love it.
I just thought of my Lolo straight away. Really, I just thought,
Oh.
finally I've done it. So it was really nice. He got to watch it, and well, he didn't get to watch. He got to watch the highlights I sent him because it wasn't shown anywhere. And then he obviously watched through the game, and he was. I hope he's proud of me. I'm sure he is. I hope he's proud of me. I felt good. I felt like finally making steps in my career as well. To make an international debut is no matter what national team it is, it's a massive achievement. You're playing at the highest level you can possibly play for your country. So it just felt great. I thought, I'm making some strides in my career now. Now's the time to kick on and try and replicate what the greats have done for our country.
And you did it in a fantastic tourist spot, Bali, I believe. What a
It
place
was
to get
very
your first
nice.
cap.
It was
Crazy.
beautiful there, I'll be honest. It was very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice. The beaches were lovely there. It was very good.
good vacation
So-
after winning 4-1, Ray.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was really good. Food was really nice there as well. It was really nice.
Oh yeah. I'll be
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I had a great time.
Claudia, your
Yes,
national
me.
anthem.
Yes. How was it listening to the Philippine national anthem, representing your country and your Lolo?
It was
You're
good.
welcome.
In that whole moment at the beginning. Obviously, it wasn't quite the same because I was on the bench. I came on. I split the game with Pintus, but it felt great. So you all look at the flag, you all feel good in the moment, and just think you're representing a whole nation here, and try and do everyone proud, and you're even more so your relatives from the Philippines, trying to do it for them really.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it felt good. I felt I felt whole. I felt whole. It was great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's nice. Everyone gives something different when we ask that question
Yeah.
to all the Filipino pro players. Claudia,
Yeah.
anything else?
No,
Very
no, that's yeah. I like when you said I felt whole.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just-
um,
You don't play for your national team, but then you finally make your appearance in the national team, and it feels like you've got the whole nation with you. Even if they couldn't watch it, even if not even everyone supports football, you're still representing everyone in the country. You're still representing your home really. So
that's right.
no matter what happens, you're the leaders of football in your nation.
Right. Yeah.
It's amazing.
But I think another chance to get caps will be the AFF tournament, the Mitsubishi Electric Cup.
Yeah.
Will you take the call if they get you?
Oh, of course, if they call for me, yeah, of course. I
Uh-huh.
love it, but I've got to keep trying to play well and hopefully impress. And if it's the manager's decision, whoever's in charge, whoever wants to make the call, that it's their decision at the end of the day. And I'm ready. I'm available, as they know. So
Of course.
yeah, I got to keep my level going, and yeah, I'm sure I'll get my chance at some point. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We'd love to see it too. Fantastic. This picture, by the way, you're with Kevin Ray. He's a friend of
Yeah.
the show. He guested too, and his entire Malaysian caravan joined us in the show. Where was
Yes,
this?
this
I don't
show.
think Kevin Ray was in the Bali camp, right?
No, this is
I
three
love the
years
hair
ago.
though.
Thank you.
Thailand.
It was very long there. That was a poor
Love the
moment for
bird.
me. No, that was poor. That was about 3 years ago. That was when Scott Cooper was the manager. This is Steve Marcello, the goalkeeping coach there at the time, and this is in Bangkok for kind of an informal camp. Just this is my first ever camp with the national team. Just informal, so not my first official one, but just there was scouting lots of players, and this is Kevin Mendoza's first ever camp as well. So yeah, we kind of went on our first camp together, and then unfortunately I couldn't come over yet because of COVID. I was still at Fulham at the time, and COVID restricted me from even coming over to the Philippines. So I had to wait a few years again till it all kind of mulled over. But now I'm finally here. But yeah, this is brings back a lot of memories. It was a really good trip
Yeah.
in Thailand, Bangkok. It was very nice. Hot again. It's all hot. Everywhere's hot.
Welcome to Southeast
Tropical
Asia.
country.
Yeah.
If ever you
Yeah.
play in ASEAN
I would-
leagues,
I would never play in short sleeves. That's an absolute no for me. In England, I would never do that. But here, I was genuinely just God, it was hot. So I had to just wear the
Sleeveless.
the sleeveless. Yeah, had to.
if you
Yeah.
see people playing like basketball in the streets or people playing in the fields, they play shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's in the
well,
streets.
if I could play my
Skins.
matches with ADT shirtless, I would, because I'm so hot all the time. You know, even when it's raining, like the couple of our staff members say, it's good weather today for football, isn't it? I go, no, I'm still boiling. I'm still dying inside.
Yep.
It may be pouring down with rain, but I am so hot. It's just different for me. But
It
Yeah,
gets a lot of
inside.
used to.
yeah,
Getting used to a lot.
yeah.
Inside the jacket or even the thermal, like the compression shirt, you're still sweating inside.
But yeah, well, I have to wear it because it's obviously artificial at Rizal Stadium. So if I don't, I get awful grazes on my arms and my
Right.
hips and everything. So I have to. But if I didn't have to, if it was on grass, there's no way I'd be wearing any thermals.
Turf
Yeah.
burn.
So, yeah.
Got you.
I Vaseline my knees now and everything just to try and save myself. But yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
About your name, by the way, I didn't clarify. Is it right? It's Schwarzer for the last name.
SWAT.
Yeah, my name. My name I took off the Spanish way of saying it, so it's Julian, and Schwarzer-Garcia is my two surnames, but it's not double barreled. So it's Schwarzer, then a space, then Garcia. So
Okay.
you take your dad's name, then your mum's name, all as one surname.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have written it the Filipino style where I put Garcia first before.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Schwarzer.
Everyone in
Yeah.
the Philippines does that, and it's normal. It's fine. Yeah.
The Spanish put their mom's name in the
Yeah,
as
that's
their
like
But Schwarzer
Yeah,
isn't my middle name. Schwarzer Garcia is both my surnames, my second
Yeah.
names, and then obviously Julian my first.
there you
yeah.
go.
So
Yeah.
this was the Filipino style, but if you want to do Spanish, so that's how people know. Like that's how people are gonna do it.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah.
We ask you. Yeah. That's why.
Yeah, no,
like,
my name
yeah.
is Schwarzer Garcia, definitely. I like to keep the way my parents did it. 'Cause
Got
it's,
you.
yeah,
The Spanish way, right? Yeah.
yeah.
That's why, like, you see all the footballers in Spain, right? The name's like, oh, why is his name like this?
Yeah.
So that's basically
Yeah.
how you want to do it. Since
Because
He's
the way it is now, people think Garcia is my middle name.
uh-huh.
People always think that. So even in documents where people have written my name down, and they've all has my middle name as Garcia and my surname is Schwarzer, and my surname is actually Schwarzer Garcia. But yeah,
Got you.
So in all your passports, it's Schwarzer-Garcia.
Schwarzer Garcia, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want us to call you that too in the games? Or what do you
Actually,
prefer?
Yeah, because the Garcia is actually my Filipino side. That's
Yes.
my lolo. So yeah, I want to. That's why on the back of my shirt I got Schwarzer Garcia. So yeah, that'll be nice.
Does
Okay.
it fit in your jersey? It's
Cabezares
It's
rock
tight.
it.
My
Cabezares
right has to
rock
be a little
it.
bit smaller.
Yeah.
But no, I want to represent both sides. You know, I want to represent my dad, my mum.
I love it,
My
yeah.
lolo. Yeah. So just it fits. I hope. Yeah, my mum's side, my Filipino side, they're all happy I put Garcia on the end of Schwarzer because that's them as well. They want to. I've got both of them
That's correct.
involved, which is nice. Yeah. So
It's embodied there in the jersey name and how you want to carry your name, and it's
That's
embodied in
right.
your dad's adobo. I will say for sure.
That's
I
all.
am shocked by that.
Yeah, me too. I'm like,
If
what?
Legend Mark is watching,
Let's call
yeah,
him. Let's Pinoy style tayo, Tito Mark.
Tito
He
Mark.
loves it. He
Tito Mark is
loves
one.
Cocodobo. He
Oh my
loves it.
goodness.
Loves it.
It's just
Yeah. How
so.
about crispy pata? Have
Oh
you
yeah, we
tried that?
tried
The
that.
pork knuckle?
Maybe I have. I've tried lots of Filipino food. I just don't know all the names of them yet.
Uh-huh.
But
Bec-
maybe I'll look out for it. I'll ask Pintus and Annie if
Yeah.
what it is. They'll tell me. They'll know.
They will.
Yeah.
Tito Anthony got you covered.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Claudia?
No, I was gonna ask, have you met your your family members here in Manila already?
I don't have too
Oh.
many. Most of them all moved to Australia. They all moved to Sydney pretty much.
Oh.
And then I have one Tito. His name Tito Bitan, and he actually played for the Azkals, where a long time ago. Can't remember what year exactly. I'll message it to you afterwards. I'm sure I'll
Sounds
find
good.
it for you afterwards. Yeah, but he's got a house in Malate, really close to the stadium.
Okay.
Oh,
You
Malate.
watch
it?
Malate,
Yeah. Yeah, so recently when I came over, I first stayed in that house in Malate, and that's our family home here. So he says it's open to all of our family if they want to come stay. They're always welcome to stay in Malate. So yeah, that's he came to one of my games recently. He was visiting from Australia and he watched one of my games. He's back in Australia for now, but he'll come back again. And every time he's back, I'm sure I'll meet up with him. But yeah, he's the only relative really that I know of. All my other Filipino relatives, they're all in Sydney pretty much.
Wow. And it
Yeah.
seems that most of them played football, like when like your lolo,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
your
my Lolo did. He was the only one on my Filipino side, but on my dad's side, obviously my dad played, and then my dad's brother actually plays in the 3rd division in Australia. So he also plays football. He does well. He actually won Goalkeeper of the Year in his league just recently.
He's also a goalkeeper.
Yeah, we're all goalkeepers. We're all
The Garcia
goalkeepers.
side, eh? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but my
Okay.
Tito Bitan, he wasn't a goalkeeper. I can't remember what position he was, but he definitely wasn't a goalkeeper. I don't think he was silly enough to go in goal and take all the abuse.
Hey, the field in Rizal was a lot different then. Like the
Oh
oldest
gosh.
Yeah,
I can
grass, wasn't
track.
it?
It was natural grass. It was nice after the miracle in Hanoi. My cousin played for LaSalle. She was in the Filipinas when they were not yet the Filipinas, just 2005.
Yeah.
And she said like, oh, the field was also used for shot put, so you'd have like craters and potholes
my
around
goodness.
when they're
Oh.
doing drills. Yep, it's not the football venue we know yet. I'm looking at your Wikipedia. So I
Wait,
think
I want to show you this. This is my dog.
Oh,
Shih Tzu.
His name is Coach.
No, nice.
He's sleepy. So I picked him
He
up
looks,
while he was
he
asleep.
looks so regal.
His name is Coach.
Nice.
Doggy. One of the dogs make an appearance on the show. Quincy's dog made an appearance on the show too.
Oh, nice.
Camarade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says, I think your Lolo is Arturo, the one who played for LaSalle.
Yeah.
And then it says, I think one of your Lolos, Albert, was the former national team member in the 1960s.
That's him. Yeah.
According
that's
to
what
Wiki.
Tito
Oh, there
Bitan.
you go.
Yeah.
Cool. What a time.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a time. Yeah.
Yeah. I got some
generation.
Azkal history in me actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you got some Haskell's history in
Yeah.
over there with you.
Yeah. So people know it, ha? Hindi puro Neil Etheridge ang dahilan, ha?
Yeah, it's because there's a bloodline.
Yeah.
Yep.
There is.
Yeah. Before we carry on, Julian, did you ever consider other sports? You're already born into a football crazy country.
Well, actually, I used to want before football. I wanted to be a tennis player. Yeah. So I used to be take it really seriously. I used to be at one stage I was ranked in the top 20 in England when I was 14 years old or 13 years old, and that was my dream to be a tennis player. But it got to a stage where I'd be training at Fulham Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then game on Sunday, and I'd train all the other days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, tennis. And then after my training on Saturday with football, I'd go and play a tournament tennis on Saturday afternoon. And then after my game on Sunday, depending on if it's close or not, with Fulham, I then play another tennis tournament on Sunday afternoon. And then it got too much for me at the age of 13, 14, and my mom and dad were like, look, you have to choose one now because if you want to take one really seriously, and I chose football. So here I am.
Man.
I just thought it was fitting.
Quincy said water polo. Is he joking us? Or did Quincy is football all the way, right?
I've got no idea.
I think Quincy's
Completely
just
different
messing
sport.
with us. Right. Yeah. You know, Quincy, there's a time I brought my dog and Quincy brought his dog. I think she got the show. And the guest was Oscari. Claudia wasn't on the show, yeah. And Quincy went, Oscari's the only Azkal here when we were holding our dogs up.
Yeah.
Just wanted to share that since Quincy's here. Quincy always gives.
If I was back home in England right now, I could show you 4 dogs. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Aww.
We can do a doggy episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one day. When I'm back in England, we'll do one.
Yeah, with all
Sure
our
thing,
dogs.
right. People know about Julian off the pitch, right?
Yeah, all dogs. It's all about dogs for me. I love
Right.
it.
Who the heck are
So
we?
tennis, huh?
We love
Wow.
our dogs too.
Are you
Yeah.
one hand, backhand?
2-hand, backhand, more power.
More power. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you get to watch the Federer retirement?
I didn't actually. I can't remember what I was doing. I can't remember what it was. But recently, I just went to watch Wimbledon. Because I was still in England at the time, and I got to watch Rafa Nadal play, and he's my favorite. I'm Spanish as well, so he was my idol all through my tennis years. I love him, so he was great. I got to watch him, and then that was my first time watching him live. Actually, it was amazing. I've watched Federer before in London as well, but Nadal's amazing. Nadal's my favorite. He's the best.
Really?
Yeah.
You would have been the Filipino Rafael Nadal.
Actually, yeah.
With the hair, love when his hair is long also.
And then the
He's
cap.
amazing. I don't know if I would have been as good as him, but I had a chance to be a decent player.
Not bad at all.
He's huge though. Like Nadal's
Yeah.
like his arms are just like
He's not even left-handed. He's right-handed, but he learned to play.
he's
with his left
right-handed.
hand.
But
Yeah, because it's more difficult to play against left-handers, so he changed his left hand. That's why his left bicep's massive and his right's still big, but left is massive.
massive.
Interesting. What an approach.
It was so good to watch those two greats like crying at the same time. I'm sure everyone's
I
seen
know.
it. Oh,
I've seen some videos of it. I didn't get to watch it live. I saw some videos of it, and it's emotional.
I was watching it live, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
don't cry. Oh, it's
They like
tear
play
jerker.
together, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Labour
Like
Cup, I think
a
that they were-
goodbye game, right?
Yeah. It's sweet. It's really
Sad.
sweet.
It was sweet because they were rivals, and Nadal cried because he said all my career, all my life, it was either me or him as number one, or it was just the two of us, and it's amazing how the two greats could just respect each other, no?
Yeah, it just shows that they're just really good people, both of them, sportsmen, proper sportsmen, gentlemen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's why we play sports, whatever sport.
Exactly.
Did you ever think of playing basketball though?
Yeah, maybe you'll be in the
If I'm not
PBA.
tall enough to be a goalkeeper in Europe, I can't be a basketball player. So no, I've actually only gone into basketball in the last few years. So I don't know why. I've always been so focused on football and tennis. It's been my whole life, and then only recently now I'm into basketball a lot more. And I do really. I actually watched Seattle Supersonics game when I was before they became Oklahoma, and then I was really young. I didn't know anything about basketball then, so it's such a shame. It was all wasted on me because I saw Kevin Durant play, and it was all wasted on me. I don't know. I didn't know anything, but I was so young as well. And now I can't wait to go to another game. But one day.
Yeah.
NBA games are different. Like go to Staples, go to Madison Square Garden. It's a unique experience there. Yeah,
definitely. Can imagine it's amazing.
Your wallet cries, especially with the Philippine exchange rate. But like, this is why it's so nice, right?
It makes it worth it in the end.
It makes it all worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was worth it. Yeah.
Definitely.
We milked it. We milked the experience with family and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
So, Claudia, I'll kind of change up the order in the beginning of the end, no? Before we get on to that. But short term, Julian, what's next for you? A few more months before we end the year. So what's your plan to end 2022, 2023?
I just want to start. Well, firstly, my priority is to play for ADT and then play as well as I can there to try and make it to the Azkals. And who knows, if I play well at ADT one day, hopefully in the near future, I can get a good move somewhere and to further my career even more. Even though I'm still really happy to be here. I'm very grateful to be here. And it's a great experience playing in the PFL because nothing can be, no matter how highly you rate any league, playing in the top league in any country, it's still the top league. It's still professional. You know, you're still playing against at least decent players, at least, no matter what league you're in. So, you know, it's a massive learning curve. It's always better playing at Fulham. I was only in the under 23s, so I was never playing first team there. I'd have to go on loan. At least here, you know, I'm playing against men. I'm playing against, you know, proper adults. It's men's football. It's experience. That's what the game is. It's not, you know, for when you're just children playing against other children. You know, when you're a big man now, you have to practice against other big men. Otherwise, you're never going to be used to it. You know, it's good practice. So it's great. And then the aim, hopefully, is to be selected for the AFF in December. Whether I'm chosen is up to obviously the people, but I'll do everything I can to play as well as I can to at least provide competition, at least put my name in with a shot, and hopefully it will go as well. But yeah, just at the moment, I've only just arrived, so I just want to focus on making sure I get some consistency going, making sure I'm, you know, not just gonna come with a bang and then fizzle out. I need to, you know, keep going, stay professional, and then, you know, who knows what will happen. But at the moment, you know, I'm lucky enough with my dad. He's very, and my mum as well. They've been through it all together, the whole career together from the beginning, not knowing much about how the professional game goes, how difficult it is with, you know, sometimes with agents it's difficult, sometimes with the media, with everything. It's people find it very difficult to understand as a fan just how much more there is than just the 90 minutes of play on the pitch. There's so much scrutiny, even in the PFL, that maybe doesn't have the same fans as the Premier League does. You still get scrutiny, you still make a mistake, you're still going to be in some papers, you're still going to be in something. So imagine, my dad has experienced it when it's the highest level at World Cups, in the Champions League even. So I'm lucky enough to have my parents who, they tell me, they always bang on to me about, no matter what level you play at, always make sure your standards don't drop, keep as professional as you can. And hopefully my dad and my mum can act as kind of my representative, because they know me better than anyone else. I know they've got my interests completely at heart. So thankfully, I just have to worry about my football. I have to worry about making sure I stay healthy, eat well, train, and then my parents can, if there's anything else with the national team or another club one day, they can deal with that. So, but I said, just focus on football for now. Just focus on playing well, and then, you know, other things will come, and my parents will help me out with that.
Great stuff. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add earlier. How do you describe your personal style of play, and how do you compare, like, Philippines versus England, the styles?
It's difficult to compare England to Philippines because England is the top. It is just the top. The professionalism, the speed of which to play, the athleticism, it's on another level. I can't even explain. Even when I trained with the first team at Fulham, I never played a first team game at Fulham in the Premier League or the Championship. But even when you train with them, the level, the speed, intensity is crazy. If you're not training there often with them, it takes even a few sessions just to get used to it, because it is so quick, and it weeds out all the people who aren't quite at the level. You get found out so quickly. In a league that isn't as fast, isn't as intense, isn't as technically good, you can hide a little bit more. But in England, from playing with those professionals, it really is like the top of the top. It's I can't even explain how the level is so elite. It's the top, and Fulham isn't even the top yet.
Yeah.
And and that's already so high level. So, and you see that and you think, God, even people find it difficult. Even I'll make mistakes in the PFL. Even everyone will make mistakes in the PFL, and you think, God, like, these players are playing at such a high level, they're allowed to make a mistake or two at that level because it is so difficult.
Yeah.
But the good thing about the Philippines and the PFL is everyone is so much more sportsman-like. I can tell you that for sure. In England, it's so ruthless and cutthroat. and you're barely friends with anyone really at the top level, because the stakes are so high. It's so much money involved. The difference here, the Filipino league, I'm friends with lots of people in different teams, and obviously not on the pitch at all.
Just
On the
off.
pitch, not at all. Although, I'm lucky enough to see one of my best friends, Jake, who is on my team, but my other best friend, Pintus, if I'm playing against him, he's not my friend anymore, of course. Of course. But it's good when now he's not on your team. When you're off the pitch, you're all good. Everyone's really nice. Even the staff members are nice to each other. In training, there's pros and cons to it, because in training, sometimes you want your players to have a bit more anger at each other. Filipino culture, we're all really polite, really well mannered. It's really good people, Filipino people, right? But sometimes that can go against us in football when we can be a bit too nice. Sometimes I want my teammates to be even more, because they've got it in them. They've got it in them, and it's a positive to be aggressive sometimes, to be angry at each other, because it spurs each other on. And so there's positive and negative. The positive is you don't fall out on anyone. Everyone's really sweet. It's really good environment, really nice. You don't feel like you can't fit into a team. It's great. But the only slight negative to that is sometimes it's a bit too nice. And I get it, because my teammates are sometimes a bit young. We're a young team. Not everyone is fully developed. We're playing against big men. It's difficult to be vocal.
Yeah.
But they'll 100% get there. But, there's a positive and negative, but it's more positive, because at the end of the day, you want to fit in. You want your teammates to be friendly with each other over being rude or not excluding people or not being, a full part of the team. So yeah, that's the main difference. I feel like we can be even more Azkal. We can be even more street dog. We've got it in us. We've got it in us. It's got to be even more aggressive.
Nice.
It's a cutthroat sport. If you want to play at the top, I've seen my dad go through it. Obviously I've not made it yet, and one day hope to be like that. But my dad said there's no prisoners, there's no friends in football. At the end of the day, when you're on the pitch, there's no friends. Even your own teammates, if they're messing up, they're going to end up making you look bad. They're going to make the team look bad. They're going to make each other look bad. If you all stick together and you all be aggressive and lively and have like a real fight. If you don't have that, then it's too nice, and then you get pushed over.
Man.
But,
Man, I just learned so much there. How about your style? Are you more of an acrobat or positioning? Or are you in the middle?
I like to say my kicking is my best thing. I pride myself on my distribution. Really, that's my main thing. And I don't feel. I feel bad like trying to pump myself up here, trying to boast about anything. I don't want to boast about anything.
Go, it's okay.
You're too nice.
I just feel like I mean, I'm sure when people watch me, they'll see my attributes. I always like to prefer my football do the talking, because if I say something now and then I mess up in a game, I think, oh god, I'm an idiot, because
No prisoners, you were saying.
But
Yeah.
no, I do. The main thing I do pride myself on is my distribution. I feel like
Okay.
that always should be up there for me. I feel very comfortable doing that. I was an outfielder for a long time. I've got the technical ability. I feel good. I mean, I feel like every goalkeeper should be good at shot stopping. That is the job. You're a goalkeeper. You keep the goal. Like, if you're not good at shot stopping, then maybe we've got some issues. That's the main reason.
You got issues.
Yeah.
If you're a keeper, you're not good at keeping.
Yeah, goalkeeping is so much more than that. It's everything.
Oh,
it's
yes.
how vocal you
Right.
are. It's so much of it is about communication. And one thing, actually, this is a big difference. Actually, I'll actually go back to your previous point about difference between England and Philippines. In England, they want you to be vocal as a goalkeeper and just shout and shout and shout. And the most common phrase that I'd hear from a manager on the side that really, really annoys me is, Julian, I can't hear you. What do you mean you can't hear me? Like, why do you need to just hear me? There's a difference between just shouting the whole game and actually telling orders when it's appropriate. When everyone's in position, when everyone's set up at a set piece, you've set everyone up already, why do you need to be screaming the whole time? That really annoys me. And then here, Shoki's never told me to do that. Shoki is fine with the how vocal I am. I'm still very loud. I don't know if you can hear me at games at all. If you've heard me at all at games, but there's a time and a place, and that really frustrates me when it shows people don't know. If someone says that to me, I don't think they know much about goalkeeping, because it's not about just being loud. You have to be loud at certain points, but at the right times. And I feel like that's something I also like to pride myself on, that I like to do that better, because I don't just scream. I think that's useless, just swearing at your players the whole game. There's a time and a place to also shout at your players, because everyone has to do it. There's a time and a place where someone has to shout at me. I fully accept that. That everyone deserves it at some point. You need it if someone's not focused, switched on. But yeah, there's a fine line between just someone saying, "Jules, I can't hear you," and also just shouting the whole game. So yeah.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, you might be shouting something else. I'm ordering chicken later. What about
rubbish? Right? It used to annoy me so much in England when everyone used to say that. They said it's about presence. It's not about presence. That's not presence at all. Just so someone can hear you. Yeah. Someone can hear you when you're shouting at the right time.
That's right.
It's not about just barking and barking. It's not about that. But yeah, so that's probably something as well. And I like to think I'll always come out for crosses, whether it's a punch or catch. I'm not scared to come out. If mistakes happen. Like every goalkeeper is going to make a mistake by dropping one sometimes, but you can kind of accept that if you come out for everything and make up for it so many times by doing it right all the time. And I feel like I'm always brave. I'm always on my front foot. I'm always ready to go. Sometimes a bit too much on my front foot. So I've seen some strikers looking at the goal when I've been too high up on a corner or a cross. But no, that's something But my distribution is my main thing. I feel that's my main thing.
Yeah, and your teammates really know that they have you behind when they have to pass back and reset.
Yeah, I'm always there. I'll always tell them. I tell them for the game. I tell them during the game. I'm always on. Always play me. I'm always on. Even if it's a difficult ball just to get them out of trouble, I believe in my ability. Even if it's just a bobbly pass to me just to clear it away, I believe I can do it. I feel like they can trust me. I hope they do.
Yeah,
because I'm always open. I'm always there.
Well, I see they do as a third party guy. I can say someone outside looking in.
Yeah,
man.
No.
Wow, that's like a great classroom session we had.
Yeah,
ended. I love it.
That was good.
Yeah. Let's get to like the beginning of the end questions. I was gonna ask like, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? We pretty much answered it a while ago. Or is there anything else you want to add, or are you good 5 years from now?
I really don't know, if I'm honest. I just want to be still playing football, enjoying my football, playing well, and hopefully representing the national team. Hopefully,
that's it.
That's a dream of mine. So if that happens, I'll be very happy. In 5 years' time, if you come back to me and say, have you accomplished your 5-year goal? I'd say, if I'm playing the national team consistently, or at least involved a lot better, I'll be like, I feel pretty happy.
Nice. Now, the beginning of the end questions. What you get to go back in time? What's this? You ride that DeLorean in Back to the Future. You get to talk to, let's say, your 12-year-old self.
Yeah.
Julian Schwarzer today. What will you say to him if you have a chance? Or
if you had a chance to go back.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. I would say this is from me living. Obviously, I was living in England at the time, and I go back to myself. And I say, one day you're going to go as a goalkeeper, because I was still an outfielder then. One day you're going to make the crazy decision to go as a goalkeeper, and I'll say, don't listen to anything anyone says about comparing with your dad, because at the beginning, that thing really got to me. It doesn't affect me at all one bit nowadays. Anyone can say anything about my dad, comparing me about my dad. I don't listen to it, because now I'm older now. I don't. It doesn't affect me. But when I was younger and I first changed to a goalkeeper, that was really difficult for me to understand, because everywhere I'd go, they go, "Oh, you're not quite as good as him," or "You're not as tall as him," and all that rubbish. So that really did get to me in the beginning, and I definitely played a lot in my shell. I definitely felt like I was. That's no fault for my dad at all, because I'll never don't feel everything. I'm just fully proud of my dad for everything he's accomplished. There's nothing to do with him. My parents have always supported me through it. They've always said, don't worry, don't listen to anything they say. What matters is if you think you're good enough and we think you're good enough, that's it. But I would go back and say, I don't really know how you're meant to tell a 12-year-old that. They'll actually take it on.
It's tough.
But I would try my best to say that. Just don't listen to anyone comparing you to your dad, because it doesn't change anything about you. You're still your own person. You're still just, as long as you're happy with yourself, that's the main thing. And just make my own legacy in football.
That's right.
Hopefully add to my dad's. Hopefully continue the Schwarzer-Garcia line of footballers. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the heck again are those guys bad mouthing you, right?
Oh, it's everywhere. The people everywhere like that. Everyone's gonna say stuff. You just gotta. It doesn't affect me at all now. But when I was younger, I was a little
nice of you.
It affects me. But
love the
now it's fine. Yeah, it's all good.
Claudia, on to you.
Which goes to my question, but you could also tell your 12-year-old self.
Yeah.
Be prepared with the heat.
Yeah. Oh God. The heat. One day you'll go and play in the Philippines and you're going to be absolutely dying of heat stroke.
So prepare your 12-year-old self for that.
No, wear sun cream. That's I didn't do that for the first few weeks and it really affected me. So wear sun cream.
Got toasted.
The moment you land in the Philippines, sunscreen.
Sunscreen, 100%. That's actually one thing I should have said. Definitely.
Okay, so my question is, your dad, of course, has his own journey. You're going to have your own journey. Once you reach your retirement, you just don't know when that's going to happen. What legacy is it that you actually want to leave behind?
Well, I've always thought that, firstly, my first goal was just to make it as a footballer. I actually have never really had a long-term plan about a legacy, because I always thought I'm not there yet, so I've not made it fully yet. I don't feel like I'm fully at the highest level. I don't feel like I'm fully at the level I can be at yet. Obviously, I'm still young, and so I've always struggled to think what legacy I want to leave behind, because my main focus has been doing everything I possibly can to get the next contract at Fulham, to make it out here, to play for the Azkals, to get to the next step every time. And I always think that's a better way to look at it, instead of thinking about too far in the future. It's always good to have big goals, end goals. But my end goal, well, not my end goal, but my big goal at the moment, because definitely not my end goal, but my big goal at the moment is to just fully make it to a top league in somewhere in Asia potentially, and play consistently for the national team. That's my first big goal to achieve. I believe that's when I fully feel like I've made it, and I can feel like I've started to do something in football. At the moment, I feel like I've only played a few games in the PFL. I've made one appearance for the Philippines. I've done nothing yet in my career. I'm literally at the baby steps of my career.
That's right.
So I feel like maybe I'll think of a longer legacy or a bigger legacy one day, once I've actually felt like I've begun to accomplish something in football. One day.
Nice.
One
Beautiful.
day.
Beautifully said,
That's
though.
great. Yeah, you're staying hungry. You're staying hungry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Okay, so before we do the goodbyes, we have no draft, but we have the quick fire round. Just pretty much you get to choose your answer. No need to explain.
Okay.
So let's get to it.
Good.
Boracay or Palawan? Just from me.
I've never been. I don't know.
Or no reading from them yet, right? For you to make a decision.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
I've heard they're good for different things. Boracay is more party, maybe, and Palawan's more to relax. Is it? I've heard. Is that
that's
true?
a great
Yeah,
way.
correct.
That's a great way to describe
Yeah.
it. Now that
Yeah.
you mentioned
Well, my girlfriend's here with me now, so I think probably relax Palawan with her.
Palawan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Specifically, El Nido's pretty good in
Yeah.
Palawan.
Nice.
Right. Oh, we raised this earlier, so no need. Balot. For you, actually, there's no options here. Like, what is your preferred glove for goalkeeping?
Like brand or actual fit of gloves? 'Cause there's so many
the
different
brand.
fits of gloves.
Yeah,
The brand. They don't make them anymore, but have you ever heard of the brand Mitre?
Maita.
MITRE?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
That one. My
Yeah,
dad used to be sponsored by them, and
Okay.
he made an exact glove, like a design to his hand, and for me as well. And I've never felt anything or ever found anything as good as that. It's amazing.
Oh, they stopped making that brand?
Because my dad left. My dad stopped. My dad went to a different brand and they stopped
Oh,
making it.
okay. I thought the
Yeah.
company closed or
The
something. I
brand's
think
still going, but they don't
Okay.
make the glove that my...
for you.
So now
Yeah.
they're definitely like, now it's not the same. But,
Okay.
yeah.
I think Neil had the deal too. Through
He
I don't
wore
know.
them.
If
He
there's
wore
a
them as
collab
well.
connection.
He wore them as well, yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone who was watching the Azkals back in the day with Neil
Yeah.
when he was younger, he was wearing the mitre ones as well. Same as my dad,
Does-
same as me.
Cool. Okay. Toughest striker to beat or deny in the PFL. You can add London too later if you want, or your England days.
Oh, in England? God, in the PFL, who have I... It has to be the Abu C guy who
Abu C.
It's the
C.
first game I conceded 2 goals in a game, so it has to be him, I guess. He's the only anyone who scored 2 against me. So I guess him. He beat me twice. So, yeah.
The guy
Oh,
was
yeah.
Mama. You know, he was just imposing his heft
Yeah.
as a fully grown
Yeah.
man against ADT,
Yeah, so I
which
guess
is a
it's
youth.
him.
Abu C, toughest guy.
Not next time, though. Not
Today.
next time, Abu.
I'm looking forward to your next matchup with Style. Yeah. Okay. Do you know that the way the goalkeepers face off in Major League Soccer in the All-Star weekend?
Yeah, they
protect a
goalie
goal
was.
each. Yeah,
Goalie
yeah.
was. Yeah. I wish we did that. I
Yeah,
wish we did
like
that.
we can tell Commissioner. I haven't seen him in a while. Like I would love to see it.
I
We
would
have
do that.
so many talented Pinoy keepers.
I would do that. Can I do Schwarzer-Garcia versus Pintus? That's what I want.
Hey.
Top rivalry. That's what I want.
I would love to see that.
100%.
To be honest, thanks for reminding me. I'll tell Commish now that you
Definitely.
said you want to see it. Okay, let's say if you have that. You and Dad, how's it gonna be? I know you're gonna say you're gonna win because you gotta bet in yourself, but how will this be if you guys get to do that?
Oh God, what would it be? Nah, my dad would win. My dad's a legend. He would win. He would beat me.
Very
He's
humble.
good. Yeah, my dad would win.
How would it be? Would it be friendly or you'd be talking smack with each other? You know, with a light note.
No. My dad sometimes trains me in the garden, and like if I want extra training and everything, and we'll do games of 2-touch, keeping the ball up, or we'll do any sort of game like that. And we get competitive. We hate losing to each other. Hate it. Definitely. That's no. There's no prisoners. Once we're on the pitch together, we're not friends anymore. We're not friends on the pitch.
Right.
We're off the pitch. We're father and son again. We're friends again. But on the pitch, nah, not at all.
You got that mentality from him. Oof.
Yeah.
Claudia, any quick fire questions?
I have
we say
2.
goodbye?
I have 2. All right. Let's say you were to face either Ronaldo or Messi. Who will it be?
Who would I prefer to come across against?
Yeah, who do you prefer? Yeah.
Like, who do you think I'd save against, or who do I think I'd prefer just to play against?
Prefer to be playing against, and maybe also, who do you think you'll block?
Well, I think they both score every goal against me, but I don't know. I only reason it's not like I'm fans of either of them. It's not really my position. I prefer goalkeepers, obviously, but I think I'd say just Ronaldo because my Lolo, he supports Real Madrid, so I say Ronaldo because he played for Real Madrid. Okay. That's the only reason. But yeah, I feel like they'd probably score the most against me if they had unopposed and just around the box. I think they'd score against most goalkeepers in the world. I don't think any team is really going to say much against them.
Oh my God.
Messi had his record of breaking penalties, I can say, but that was long ago.
True.
That was long ago.
Long ago, yeah.
All
right, this one's a tough one, I'm sure. Your mom's adobo or your dad's adobo?
They'll kill me. I can't. I can't decide that.
We need to decide this with a penalty shootout. Let's put it that way.
I'll be even here and I'll say my dad's pork adobo and my mum's arroz caldo. Let's say that.
Okay, safe.
I'm being diplomatic. I'm saying
true.
Both sides.
True. Safe move. Safe move.
Yeah,
right.
safe. Yeah.
So, I think you're good, no, Claudia, for the quick fire?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
No, well, I was gonna ask. You spoke off air, but I was gonna ask your favorite Premier League team, but you gave us the answer already. So
yeah.
Well, I have a few. It's difficult to. Yeah, difficult
for you.
But Middlesbrough is my main.
Middlesbrough.
I
Yeah.
have to say, yeah, Middlesbrough is
It's your
my
childhood.
from the beginning. Yeah, I'll always support them, even though they're not quite
Where
at
are
the
they
level they
now?
used to be.
Are
Championship,
they?
second division.
They're in
Second.
the second division. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we made it up. I think back in 2018, 2017, but we got relegated straight away again. So tough
Yeah, there's a
times.
cycle.
Tough times. Yeah, it's tough being a Middlesbrough fan at the moment, but one day we'll get back up.
It's tough being a sports fan. Period.
Yeah, true. Lots of
Right.
heartache. Lots of
A lot
heartache.
of heartaches.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Longer heartaches and shorter success, but longer heartaches. But that's the
Exactly.
beauty of being a fan of sports.
True. But it makes the successes even more special because there's so many heartaches and then you get the one big success and it makes everything worth it in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, gosh.
100%. I agree. Super.
100%.
Like, when you see your team win after such a dark time.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So special.
But you'll be
Right.
hoping that Arsenal one day, hopefully, will get.
Oh, they're in the top. I think they're in the top.
Are they top of
Yeah,
the league?
Arsenal's in the top. Yeah, I think so.
Not for long. Not for long.
Oh, fine.
I said you'll
Wait,
never
let's
walk
see.
alone, right? For EPL.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you
Sige, Claudia.
serious? Wait, I'm checking.
Are
I'm
you-
checking the
The table.
table. Yeah. So it's Arsenal with 18 points.
And then,
That's a-
Manchester, and then I think Tottenham.
okay.
Arsenal's at the top. Yeah, that happens
Arsenal's
about
at the
few
top.
times a season.
It
then
does,
it's
doesn't
gonna
it?
cliff.
They
Yeah,
always
it's gonna
fail
cliff.
off when they
Yeah,
get
then they go
good.
down.
Yeah.
Always. And then Brighton and Hove Albion.
Yep.
Bryson
Chris
out, yeah,
Griffith's
Bryson.
team. Yeah,
Fulham's number 6, huh?
Yeah, they're doing well. They're doing really well.
they're back. They were in championship for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were.
they're finally
Yeah,
back.
They're
Yeah,
Fulham. And then
Yeah, the year I
Liverpool's
leave
8.
is the year they get up, stay up.
oh, really? Okay. Wow. There you go. Strong.
Right.
Strong. It's fun watching them.
Yeah.
Yep. World class football. So
World class.
I think that does it, Julian. But before we say goodbye, we want to give you the floor to say hello to your family, friends, teammates,
Yeah.
fans. You name them, all the well
Your
wishers.
18
right here.
dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. And then there's Aaron asking for a shout out. If
Hi,
it's
Aaron.
cool with
How are
you.
you?
Oh, you're Aaron. Shout out more. But yeah, we want to give you the floor to thank your support system.
Yeah, well, thank you to everyone who's welcomed me here in the Philippines. I felt all the fans that have come and watched the game, and even on my social media. Thank you so much for everyone. They've made me feel so welcome in the league, and also thank you to my team, to Shoki, to Pintus, and to Annie and to Jacob Maniti for just being my close friends here and just helping me through it as well, getting used to it, and then also my family, my mom and dad, my sister, and all my other relatives who've always supported me through it. It's keep supporting me, please. Get me to the end with me. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Wow. I think that does it for this episode, Julian. We will put you backstage. Yeah. It's okay if you can get going. We understand you're really busy. And
That's all
we'll
good.
just
So good.
close this one. Okay.
Cool. Thank
All
you very
right.
much.
See ya. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Great episode. I love how Julian's is so humble, because normally you hear athletes out there, you bet on yourself, right? But he justifies the humility. I'm sure, like, we know he can do it. He knows he can do it, but he let the playing do the talking. So that's what I learned, and it's just so full circle. I mean, he had his Lolo playing for the
Yes.
national team back in the '60s, according to his Wikipedia. Julian confirmed that pretty much, and even that Neil Etheridge connection, right? The whole time,
Yeah.
Neil Etheridge's Kuya and Mark Schwarzer had a Filipino son, right? So like,
Yeah.
wow, and it's cool we got
Destiny.
him on the show. Yeah, and he again, PFL, like, he's a fan favorite.
It is. It seems like
Yeah.
what I like about is he chose the Philippines. I mean, like, he had 5 passports,
Yeah, yeah.
5 citizenships, and and honoring his lolo,
Uh-huh.
and that's what I admire, as well as when he said it makes him whole, especially when he was listening to the Philippine national anthem.
Yes.
It made him whole. And for me, I hope the viewers that are watching understand that these guys that are on the pitch between the sticks, or whether in the field, they're Filipinos.
Yep.
Right?
All of them.
All of them are
May
Filipinos.
passport
And
sila.
yeah, they have a passport
Mhm.
and they're playing for us, right? They're
Yep.
Filipinos.
No doubt
Period.
about that.
That's it.
Completely agree. Yeah. So that does it for this episode. Clara Manzano in behalf of Culture Perrine. It's with Julian Schwarzer. This is the episode for the week already, guys. Kung may isa
Yes.
pang episode this week, hindi ko na kaya.
Wala,
So
wala
we
na.
might we'll try to catch you next week. And Claudia, I think that does it. We'll head backstage. We'll just say goodbye to
Bye-bye.
Julian. Bye everyone.